Hey YouTube, it is K2 Investing here, coming at you with a dividend tutorial investing video on exactly what I look for prior to purchasing a stock or ETF to help maximize my dividend potential. Up on the screen here, we have Robinhood. This is the brokerage that I like to use. It is sitting at $17,378. My last video last week was sitting a little over 17K, so I definitely had a nice green week this week while I try to hit that goal of 25,000. So on the right here, we have every single stock or ETF and how many shares of each that I currently own. We got some S&Ps in here, some Vanguard. We got some nice blue chip stocks like Disney and Johnson & Johnson to help keep my portfolio diverse and to keep it growing and to keep it green. For those of you who don't know exactly what a dividend is, to me personally, it's one of the best ways as a beginner to, start your portfolio off, because you can get into the market and you can get your feet wet and you can learn how to buy and to sell, all while, earning guaranteed money to keep that portfolio green. So a dividend is a payout from the corporation for owning shares within their company. It's like interest. And there are two different types of payouts. You have cash payouts, which they give a certain percentage of the share amount to you on either a monthly or a quarterly basis, so every 3 months. Then you also have stock dividend payouts where the company will actually give you additional shares within their company to keep you holding on to the shares. So one of the types of companies that you can invest in, one of the most important is probably blue chip. They are known to be giants. They've been around forever, like say Johnson & Johnson, for example, and they've had a payout for over 50 years or so, meaning that some companies that have a bad quarter can actually take away their dividend payouts, which can turn off shareholders like me who are into dividend investing. So knowing which companies will rather take the hit somewhere else and remove their dividends is very important to know. So one of the first things I do is do a simple Google search for the best blue chip stocks of 2020 or for the month that you're interested in purchasing, and it'll give you a nice list of exactly what to look at and why. So here you can see the dividend yield of exactly the percentage of the payout. Another thing I do once I get an overall visual of exactly what I'm looking for is I go to dividend.com, and it will give you more of a breakdown of that exact stock that you're interested in. This is just an overall search that I made where it has a lot of different dividends in here. What we got here is we got the stocks symbol, we got the company name, we got their dividend yield. Please be mindful that the higher the dividend yield means the more money, but also the more risky the stock can be. You have the closing price, so exactly, an idea of what exactly the stock is sitting at currently, of how much it's going to cost. If you're starting out early and you don't have a lot of equity to put into the market, this is very important to see which ones are more suitable for your income. And then we have these two important dates. We have ex-dividend dates and we have pay dates. So as you can see, these two dates are different. You got February 10th, you got March 10th. And what this means is the ex-dividend date is the date that you have to own the shares on in order to receive that money on the pay date. So if, for example, if I own 10 shares of ExxonMobil and I sell it on the 9th, I'm not going to get the payout. I have to own those shares at market open on the dividend date, the ex-dividend date. Otherwise, I'm not going to get it. It's also good to know that, say you own 10 shares, you sell it, and you buy 10 more, and you have those 10 on the ex-dividend date, it's not going to be 20 because you previously owned it. It's the exact amount that you're holding on that day. So it's very important to look at. So once you have an idea of exactly what stocks you're interested in, you always need to do the proper research when it comes to technical analysis. So one of the programs I like to use, because Robinhood's a little scarce when it comes down to indicators, is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. So one thing that's very important too is to make sure you understand exactly what your criteria is when you're looking into a stock. So up on the screen we got Johnson & Johnson here. One of my indicators I use is the moving average, and as you can see, Johnson & Johnson stays above that moving average, which is exactly what I'm looking for. That guarantees that this stock is staying green overall. So it does have some highs and some lows, but the big thing that I look for is that its highs are higher and its lows are higher. So when it does go down on these dips, one thing I like to do is actually identify that and to double down on my shares, because that's the best way to get more bang for your buck. I'd rather buy down here than up here to keep that average low so that I'm capitalizing as much as I can on the overall growth of the account. One thing I also like to show you guys, just to keep you updated on exactly what a learning curve is Triple M. This is something I invested in very early on. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, which is why I'm kind of regretting investing in it. But I still do earn a dividend yield, and I'm still holding on to the shares. As you can see, downtrend pattern is below my moving average line, so it doesn't fit the criteria that I usually look for. Again, I didn't understand any of this stuff when I first started investing, so that's why I'm taking a little bit of a hit, but I'm holding it for that dividend. One thing to be mindful of too is that this company was actually on that first Google search that I did. So just because it's on a list doesn't mean it's the right fit for you. So make sure you understand exactly what you're looking for and what criteria that stock has to meet before you make a purchase, and to always do your research prior. Another one I want to show you that I just recently got into is Maine. This is actually a company that pays out monthly dividends. And again, as you can see, it meets my criteria. It's above that moving average. It has its ups and it has its downs, but it's consistently green. It's consistently growing. So again, this is a great stock that I have gotten into recently. I currently own 90 shares of it. And again, this is something that I've discovered and something that I learned and something that I continue to invest in because I have the knowledge and I take the time to do the proper research. So again, guys, I want to make this a sort of a longer yet also short video on exactly what I look for prior to me even purchasing a stock or an ETF. And that's exactly what I think that beginners should be in the mindset of, is you should do that research and really inform yourself and get the knowledge prior to even investing in it, because otherwise you're going to have, again, that learning curve like I did, where I was just doing whatever and hoping for the best, and that obviously didn't work out. As I increased my knowledge and my confidence in myself and I started seeing green, it's really motivated me to take the time and to take the effort to really learn exactly what this market is all about. And I love every single minute of it. It's so fantastic to see my hard-earned money that I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week for be working hard for me. And I think all of us are sitting here on YouTube watching these videos for the same reason, to help retire early and to start really be able to go out there and enjoy life. So again, guys, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing my future videos where I'm going to go more in depth on not only my portfolio, but exactly how I budget my life to be able to maximize all the money I can put into my portfolio, please hit that subscribe button. For all you new investors who haven't even signed up for a brokerage yet, please see those links down below in the description so you can start off with a free stock if you use those links in both Robinhood and Webull. Again, guys, I hope, as always, you guys stay green and you stay classy and you make your moves with that kinetic knowledge. Take it easy, guys.